Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we're sort of doing another version of Work Smarter, Not Harder, because, we're busy business owners. We're always up for a bit of a time-saving hack, or at least I certainly am. What about you, Emma? No, you're drinking.
All day long, all day long.
Excellent. So today, folks, we're going to share a couple of ninja sort of video time-saving hacks, namely a thing called repurposing. So we'll explain to you in a second what repurposing is and how you can do it. For the more eagle-eyed of you, we have previously done some time-saving hacks where we talked about things like batch content creation. So the idea that rather than just filming one video at a time, you do them in chunks of time, and that makes it a lot easier for you to be in the zone and concentrating on creating 3 or 4 videos at once rather than having to get all the kit out and put the kit back. It just makes it a whole heap easier, and you just don't need to be making things any more difficult. If there's any resistance, you're probably not going to do it. So Emma, can you kind of tell me what repurposing is and the idea behind it?
Okay, so as we know nowadays, consumers and clients aren't going to just see one post from you and click buy straight away. That unfortunately just doesn't happen anymore. Nowadays we're thinking about 14 touch points. There's somebody's going to need to see your thing, your asset 14 times before you've built up enough know, like and trust factors. So how do we get these 14 things without you going bonkers in terms of having to spend 24 hours a day creating content? So the idea here is that you pick one topic, you create one thing and spin it in many, many, many different ways. So off the top of my head, and I know that you're going to give us the fancy kind of technical wizardry on how to do this, but to my mind, if you've created a video of talking about a particular topic, you can very easily download the transcript of that video and put it as a blog on your website. Once you've got that blog on your website, I'd suggest taking 7 paragraphs out of that blog. If you make them 7, you've suddenly got your social media captions done for a whole week. If you then extracted the audio from your video recording, suddenly you can make a podcast. With the blog, you could repurpose that, and that's a fancy word for multiple uses, but you could change it and use that content to be a lead magnet. So lead magnet is a downloadable guide that somebody might give you their email address in exchange for that valuable information. So I can't think of how many that I've already said there, but there's got to be at least 6
Quite
ways.
a few.
Yeah, there's got to be six ways of taking one video and chopping up and re-spinning it into many different things.
Yes, and there are now, in terms of the video side of it, I think there's a mindset shift that needs to happen, firstly, which is if I'm doing content creation, I need to be making sure that I can use that, whatever content it is, in as many ways as I possibly can. So, for example, when I am scripting my YouTube videos, I structure it in a way where I almost like each paragraph could become its own little social short. So this is the whole thing. It comes back to planning. If you plan it in that way and you know that you're starting with the end in mind, I need this 7-minute video to be 4 or 5 small videos, then you can make that happen really easily. And there's a number of great software tools that you can use. Most of the things like CapCut, most of the free editing tools have some functionality in them now to be able to isolate really, good little chunks. And some of them as well, through the power of AI, will actually suggest ideas for you. One of those that I use all the time is Descript. Descript's got this amazing, it's built-in AI. Now, Descript you can use for free, but I think it restricts you to 15 minutes of video content. But you know what? If you're starting out, 15 minutes isn't bad. So, definitely check out Descript. Another one, Capwing, is also another one that will repurpose stuff for you, and also Canva does as well. There are lots and lots and lots of some AI infused tools, others with no AI, but there are lots and lots of tools out there that will help you isolate these little, golden nuggets that you can then go in with the scissors, clip them out, and then pop them all over your socials.
And I was going to say, don't get too hung up on which tool. I would say look at the objective first. So hold fire, look at, what is it that I want to get out of this? Is it an email? Is it a sign up? Is it an extra view? Is it a subscribe on my YouTube? And then work backwards and look at what assets you need. Like, let's not get lost in the tech. Let's look at objectives first.
100%. And also, I mentioned AI, and I love AI. ChatGPT, the new version of ChatGPT, even the old version, frankly, in terms of if you give it a transcript of your video, and then you can quite easily go in and say, act as as a world-renowned copywriter or a YouTube creator, create me a compelling post based on the transcription below, put the transcription, and then it'll dish up some posts for you. So do that. Obviously, don't just cut and paste the stuff that ChatGPT gives you. You need to add your humanity to it. But, with things like, repurposing and then leveraging ChatGPT and other AI infused technology or infused sort of software, it's becoming a lot easier and a lot smoother in terms of workflow. So don't be afraid. But you're absolutely right, Emma. Please don't let tech get in the way of actually you doing it. With the whole editing thing, there's no right and wrong. It's basically down to which one works for you and which one you get on with. So just make a get started choice would be my advice, and get going and start creating video content. You're not going to start, getting the benefits from getting out there, creating those touch points for your audience by thinking about it. You've just got to actually do it. Start messy would be my advice.
JFDI.
Yes, absolutely. So, question du jour, bit of French for you there. How very international. Share your time-saving hacks. There can be video, there can be content-based, marketing-based, or others. Because I think that, if we share all the top tips that we know as business owners, a rising tide lifts all boats. So I think, if you can share what your biggest time-saving hack is in the comments below, that would be fantastic. And we will see you very shortly.